Christina Owens Johnson. Jacob Holt Johnson is my ex-husband. We have been divorced we separated 4 years ago, and the divorce was final 3 years ago. And I have 2 beautiful, precious children, an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old, that are the light of the world. They are important children. They are full of light and love and hope, and have had a lot of challenges. I was married for 9.5 years, and there was a lot of severe emotional abuse during that time, and some physical abuse as well. But I never recognized any of it at the time as abuse. I called it addiction. I called it mental health. COVID made things a lot worse. There were times where he had a camera in every room of the house, where he had a dash cam facing me in my car, where he had my email going to his phone. And I let all of these things happen because you can't see when you're in abuse. When you're in abuse, it's like this stronghold. It feels like you can only see what's right in front of your eyes. You can only see right here. And sometimes I felt like he had his hand just like right here. And it's like I would try to look and like see that something was happening, and even though that wasn't physically happening, it's like his hand was right here. Like, don't look anywhere else. Don't look towards your family. Don't look anywhere else. He would get upset if I turned to my family. He would get upset if I talked to neighbors. He would, especially if neighbors had attractive husbands or husbands the same age. I became very isolated, and I let it happen because I thought I was protecting my family. Abuse is not what you think it looks like. It's not screaming and yelling and name calling. Those things did happen towards the end, but there was abuse the entire time. And it looked like him kneeling by my bed, sobbing, crying for hours, just begging me to please just admit that I was plotting to have him killed, to please just admit that I was sleeping with random men on Pinterest. If you just please admit it to me, then everything can be okay, and you won't go to hell and burn in hellfire and brimstone. And it's so confusing. My brain was scrambled. I could barely put sentences together when I came out of this. I couldn't look a man in the eyes for an entire year coming out, because I just was trained to feel so much shame. I didn't go to the grocery store. I isolated, and I'm an intelligent, smart, strong woman, and abuse, it happens over time. It starts little by little, being accused of things, just justifying and thinking, oh, well, he didn't mean to. I never thought he was abusive. I never looked up anything about emotional abuse or what gaslighting was until we were separated. I had no idea. I just looked up things about addiction. I looked up things about mental health, about steroids, about drugs. He was an alcoholic and struggled with severe mental health issues and paranoia. He never had a formal diagnosis besides PTSD. I think schizophrenia is a possibility, but he did think that Summer was trying to have him killed. His girlfriend, Summer. My children love Summer. She was a light in their lives. They've known her for almost 4 years, and they loved her. She was kind and loving, and my children are heartbroken. I am heartbroken. I'm asking for prayers for my children, for her family, and for Jake's family. And for all of those who are still in it, suffering and struggling. My plea to the media at this time, my reason for coming forward, is a plea to listen to those promptings of the Spirit to protect your children. My plea is for others to listen to these mothers, to listen to them. I tried so hard to get protective orders to protect my children, and I was denied in August, and I was denied on December 9th. The judge would not even read the DCFS investigation that was open investigation at the time for my children, saying that he drank and drove with him and that he had been so drunk that he was passed out and couldn't remember what he was saying, that he was yelling at his girlfriend Summer, and then they were all laughing about it a few hours later, because that's what abuse looks like. Abuse doesn't just look like yelling, it looks like love bombing. My plea for the women or men who could be in that situation right now is to have eyes that see. Is to have eyes to see abuse as it is. These things don't need to be in the elephant graveyard anymore. We can shine light on them, and there are things that you can do. There are free resources out there for you. Please, if you feel unsafe, if you feel that your children are unsafe, if you feel that your friend in a relationship is unsafe, say something. Look up what gaslighting is. Look up the abuse cycle. Look up love bombing. He truly was mentally ill. He believed that that his girlfriend Summer, my daughter's name is also Summer, he believed that she was trying to kill him and called the police multiple times over this last few months. He truly believed that she was trying to kill him and trying to kill my children, and there is no truth to that whatsoever. She wasn't even present during those times that happened. But mental health is a very serious thing, and I am so sad that the courts protected him because they said they couldn't get a protective order because a man shouldn't be punished because of mental health. We need to protect children. We need to take these things seriously, and we need to give them a voice. We need to protect children, and the Provo District Court and Justice Court, I think, could have done a much better job, and I hope that they do for other children. I'm grateful that we were granted supervised visits because he went into a treatment facility from the commissioner at our last court date. I'm very grateful for that. But it needs to be more. These kids need to be protected. Thank you.